Well, I'm not needed anymore. Hey, do you guys know about Walter? Not the Walter that everyone is making joke comparisons to, just because of the name. No, he's a character who's recently been given an identity in Christopher Awdry's new re-released book, Reading Between the Lines. His name has been revealed, and we know Walter is painted black. Not many people have made their own customs in character Walter, so I'll go ahead and take on one of the first 00 customs of Walter. Let's get started. The model started out as a Hornby J94 in BR Black. Yup, the Hornby ones, the real noisy kind. I found a model second hand at a pretty decent price, one that to my surprise had already had a DCC decoder hardwired to the motor, which that was the real hard wiring work done for me. I just went straight onto removing the side details, just like the number and BR crest, softly rubbing off with IPA on a cotton bud to soften them before scratching them off with a toothpick, and then wipe them off with a clean dry cotton bud. Next I went and painted, by hand, the handrails in silver, whistle in gold, cab interior cream, and the top surface of the running board in dark grey. I was able to separate the tank and cab really easily into two pieces, which is even more handy. And with them, I sprayed gloss varnish for a better surface for the decals to be applied. The red lining added first, and then the number was made by applying the yellow on top of the red numbers. Now in terms of what Walter's number is, we do not have it officially confirmed at this current time, but for me, I decided to make him the number 15. And with more tank details, I had to add in NWR's crest, red NW, and his name in white text. Oh, and he has a power class of 4F on his cab sides. All these details are sprayed in a matte clear coat, but that's not the end of this short custom video. Oh no, there's the weathering that this model needs back. But before that, I have to talk about when I nearly lost one of the springs for Walter's buffers. Yeah, the model had sprung buffers. 4 hours since I had finished the model, I hadn't even noticed the buffer was slowly falling off because I was too excited. I searched far and wide over the carpet and thankfully found the spring, but the housing nut, I kept saying I was fine when I'm not really fine. And then a couple hours later, I found it in pictures that I looked back on, right where I was working. Now back to the weathering. I start with some light airbrush in dark grey and brown, mainly going along the lower half of the model, but also a light passing over the top with a light grey for ash particles. Then I added some of my chalk pastel powders and then sealed it in with another matte coat. And then to be fancy, I airbrushed a light passing across the tank sides of the model where there wasn't much weathering and a satin varnish that gives a lovely subtle sheen. Other than adding a crew and designing some custom faces, Walter's done, and he's my favourite custom so far. My 3D printer is currently getting, it's currently getting overhauled, you could say, but for this model, it was without needing a printer. It has been a really simple custom to make. Practically not much painting is required to make Walter, if you can get him in the right colour. And for the Hornby models especially, they pull apart really conveniently for working on separate pieces. Highly recommended, if you can get past the really noisy motor that it makes. Hopefully when the printer returns, I'll have a video in depth of how I go about making 3D faces and models from sketch to print, using from Walter's example. Until the next video, I'll see you down the hill and round the bend. Bye.
I am Revel Thingamgummy.